Hello, I'm Colin Sullivan.
And I'm Koral Delatierra.
And this is Almost Live, a weekly show designed to give you the who's who and what's what of Telluride and Mountain Village.
In today's show, we have Catherine Warren, who's going to bring us the Warren Commission for news on our local music and entertainment scene. We're also going to talk to Kody Gerkin of the Tri-County Health Network, as well as members of the local favorite reggae band, Niceness.
We're going to take a look at a local profile of our own Wilkinson Public Library, and then we're going to go over to Patrick Legans, our Wine Geek food freak, for a new penne dish.
We're going to go over to Teresa for the Telluride Miners Minute, a little segment about Telluride history, one of my favorites. We're also going to have a retro-ride flashback to 2007, KOTO Lipsync, and we're going to have an Algo Mas segment that's going to tell us a little bit about what public services are offered at the Telluride Wilkinson Library.
We're going to give you a chance to practice your yoga poses with Sun Salutation A from Barbara Yoga, and then we're going to close it out at the end of the show with a little video clip from Niceness, the local reggae band.
Let's go over to Colin and Catherine for the Warren Commission.
Here we are with another Warren Commission.
Hello, how's it going?
Hello, Catherine.
The season is close to winding down, but
there's a ton of stuff, isn't there?
So much going on.
Yep.
No one can be bored this weekend. If you're bored, it's your own fault because there's plenty to do.
That's right. Let's see the Black Book.
All right, in the Black Book this week at 7 p.m. on the 16th, we have a special event courtesy of Telluride Theater called Consider This. It's by a theater company called Theater Grotesco, and that's playing the 16th and the 17th at 7 p.m. at the Black Box Theater. Tell the audience a little bit more about this special piece.
Well, it's part of our Beyond the Box piece. We had Cannabis the Musical was one of the things. It's a part of a thing to get small companies here from around the United States who are doing experimental work. Theater Grotesco is actually from down in Santa Fe. And
easy trip for them to come up
Yes,
there.
an easy trip, and they're actually doing this really cool, they do sort of a cool physical clown style. It's a very funny show, and it's called Consider This, and it's about the history of theater and whether or not we actually need it in the 21st century.
All right.
So weird little show.
Hopefully the answer is yes.
Yes, I mean, hopefully, yeah. We'll see. I haven't, I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
So that looks fantastic. For music fans, we have local reggae rockers Niceness playing at the Sheridan Opera House. That's at 9 p.m. with opening support Dandelion. Niceness did their album release party at the Sheridan Opera House last year. We packed the house. We turned away about 50 people. So we really think it's going to be a pretty popular Friday night show at the Opera House, and I suggest you buy tickets in advance.
Yeah, and we actually have Koral here from the Niceness, so she's going to be in studio, and then we're going to have a little clip from them, so check it out at the end of the show, and you might want to go and see it.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. Also, kind of a bummer news for this weekend, the Last Dollar Saloon closes on Sunday the 18th. Not for good, they're just closing down for a few months for renovations. It sounds like they're going to do some great work on the building and, you know, fix that old girl up.
Yeah, sure.
And so there's events Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th at the Buck. And on Friday night, you can catch Boxcar Band. It's at 9:30, free. And then on Saturday night, the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, DJ Dr. Sean McCarthy's spinning some tunes.
Okay.
And that's at 9:30 as well. And then the last day is Sunday the 18th.
Great.
And folks, you better go down to the Buck and get your margaritas while you still can.
Don't try to sneak in there while they're doing work on it. Nobody will be bartending. Luci will not be there.
Who's available.
Yeah.
Also on Saturday, St. Patrick's Day, the 17th, we have the Oh Hellos, a fabulous indie pop folk band. It's like 12 people on stage. They're this explosive sound. If you like bands in the same vein of like Blind Pilot and even a little Mumford & Sons vibes going on, check them out.
The Olos are amazing.
They're so great. They played at the
not
Opera
sold
House.
out yet?
Not yet.
Not as of this taping.
As of this taping, there's about 75 tickets left.
Oh my gosh.
If we have that many available, or that few available this far out, it's a sign we're going to sell out. So hot tip, go online to SheridanOperaHouse.com and buy your tickets. And we'll have car bombs and some other fun St. Patrick's Day specials.
Okay.
So wear green, or else we're going to pinch you.
Yeah, there you go.
And then on Monday, up at Club Red, a fabulous Nashville-based singer-songwriter who's gaining a lot of steam. Anderson East is playing. And folks are really excited about that. Sort of in the same vein as Oh Hellos, but singer-songwriter. And he, from what I've heard, he's fantastic. I've loved his songs on Spotify.
If you're named Anderson East, you have to be a singer-songwriter. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. That show's at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $25 to $45, and they're available online at clubredtelluride.com. And then on Monday, the 19th, we have Galactic at the Sheridan Opera House.
Ah, Galactic.
That did sell out a few weeks ago, but if folks are really jonesing to try to go, our suggestion, a little insider's tip, is to come when the doors open at 7 p.m. on Monday night, have cash ready. Tickets were $50 GA. And if folks bought tickets in advance and they can't come, and they come to us at the door and say, we have extra tickets, what do? We send them right outside, old school style, folks hanging out outside the door, trying to buy tickets, put your finger up how many tickets you're looking for. And
look at that.
Folks who are on time at 7 and patient and willing to wait it out usually are rewarded. We don't want to make any promises because the minute I say this live on TV, it's the most sold out show we've ever seen. Yeah. But it's a good opportunity to try to catch the band if you missed out on tickets previously.
There you go.
And that's it for this week.
Oh, just that.
Just that.
My gosh, man. If we wanted to read about any of these bands or get in depth, say, we would go onto a column, and the column's name would be
The Warren Commission. And it is
coincidental?
In the Watch.
No.
It is in the Watch newspaper. Basically, I just like the play on words and just use it in all mediums.
There you go. This lady knows what she's talking about with music. So go on in the Watch newspaper, read her column.
New issue every Thursday. Come
back every week because she'll tell you what's going on. And thanks a lot, Catherine, for being
Colin.
here. Let's head over to Patrick Lands, the Wine Geek food freak. He has a lovely penne dish for us.
Hi, I'm Patrick Legans. Welcome to another episode of Wine Geek Food Freak. Today I wanted to show you something super simple. It's called penne alla matriciana. It's from Amatrice, Lazio, Italy. We've made some beautiful tomato sauce earlier today. You can check it out on episode 4962. I'm kidding. So all I've done is heated up some extra virgin olive oil. I got some yellow onions. I'm going to put those in there. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. I'm not trying to fry the onions, I'm just trying to get them kind of window pane clear. Incidentally, if you really want to make a matriciana right, you have to use San Marzano tomatoes. You can get those at our local Clark's Market, actually, a good sponsor of ours. So now my onions are just about perfect. You can see they're starting to become translucent. That means they're leaking all that flavor on the inside of the onion into that sauce itself. It's going to be nice and sweet. Now I'm going to take those whole red peppers. You can use crushed red pepper too, but I'm just like crushing it myself, you know. Matriciana is supposed to be a little spicy, so I like using, I don't know, 1.5, 2, depends on how many seeds are in there. All right, I'm gonna toss that around for a second. Now, all you have to do is add my beautiful red sauce that we already made. Now I'm just gonna take my penne pasta. I always use penne rigata. It has ridges in it, and that helps the sauce adhere to the pasta. Put that in there like that. Give it a little toss. All right, I'm gonna check my salt content. Nice and spicy. A little salt in there. A little sweet basil touch right here. That'll temper a little bit of that heat. That. This is a favorite of my kids. They love this pasta. Super simple. If you've already made the sauce, take you about 5 minutes to make, or as long as it takes you to boil pasta, that's it. Now remember, all you need is some good ingredients, a few minutes of your time, some care, and you can eat like me, Patrick Legans, the Wine Geek Food Freak.
Thank you, Patrick, for that delicious penne pasta recipe. We are here with Kody Gerkin of Tri-County Health Network. It's so nice to have you in the studio, Kody.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so what originally brought you to Telluride?
Well, I have been very fortunate in my life, I'll say, and I've had the opportunity to travel and work in lots of different places around the world. I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Guatemala, went to grad school, fell in love. My wife got a job opportunity in the Middle East. We lived in Doha, Qatar for several years.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been a wild ride. And my wife and I traveled together back to Latin America and bounced around a little bit. And then we wound up back in Guatemala where I had been a Peace Corps volunteer. And in 2014 started a small nonprofit, which had kind of been a dream of mine since the Peace Corps days. And I, as with all nonprofits, had to build a board. And so I asked some very talented, close friends of mine that I'd gone to undergrad with, who had gone on to become very successful. He's a lawyer, and she writes grants professionally. And so I recruited them to be on the board in 2014, and then coming up at the end of 2016, my wife and I had, I think, we were ready to come back to the U.S. We'd been abroad for almost 10 years, and our brothers and sisters had had children, and our parents were growing older. So we started putting feelers out to, our contacts in the U.S., and my friend who had recruited to be on the board, who's a very talented grant writer, works for Tri-County Health Network.
Okay.
So she said, you know what, we're hiring for a position right now to do very similar work to what you've been doing in Guatemala, just coming and do it here in the States. So I was hired by Tri-County Health Network to be the lead intercultural navigator and work primarily with the immigrant population, most of whom come from Mexico and Central America, and a lot of them actually come from Guatemala. So that was a good fit when I got here.
That's amazing. So you're super passionate about helping people and what other things? Like, what was your nonprofit about?
So the nonprofit was really about sustainable development through women's empowerment. So we work directly with small women's groups in rural Guatemala, carrying out projects to improve family health. So building stoves for families that cook over an open fire in their home, building water tanks so they can catch rainwater and have it for the dry season, building water refiltration systems so after they've used water to bathe or do their dishes, they can refilter that water and then use it for small family gardens or greenhouses. We've built about 7 greenhouses in rural Guatemala, all in the area where I was a Peace Corps volunteer. So it's nice whenever I go back. I have contacts and friends I've had since 2006, working side by side with them on projects and things like that. So here in Telluride, my position is really similar. It's about access to resources for people who are marginalized or kind of left out of our systems here.
Well, thank you so much for the incredible work you've been doing. That's awesome.
Wow.
I'm
Why,
excited
thank you.
I'm meeting you.
Yeah.
So what Tri-County Health is 3 counties. What are the 3 counties and what's your biggest focus?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So Tri-County Health Network works here in San Miguel County as well as Ouray and the west end of Montrose County. But we've actually kind of outgrown the title. We have partners in Gunnison, and we partner with organizations across the state. I think for the size of an organization that we are, our footprint is actually much bigger than the Tri-County, than our sort of original coverage area. Go ahead.
Yeah, and coming back to sort of like the local scene here, you are working with us, with Telluride TV, to start a segment called Algo Mas through the Wilkinson Public Library.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell the audience a little bit about what that's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So Algo Mas is really similar to some of the other programming that we have, and specifically my focus at Tri-County. It's again about giving voice to people who might not otherwise have it. Algo Mas is about helping the Spanish-speaking community here in Telluride and Mountain Village and beyond understand a little bit more about how the healthcare system works, how to access services, but also gives folks a platform to tell their stories. So we've been able to interview, for example, a couple of unaccompanied minors who came here from Guatemala at 15 or 16, and to really give them a chance and a platform to tell their story about their journey, why their family made the decision, really to oftentimes they have to borrow money to pay a coyote or someone who can help them get here to the U.S. And so it's a big investment for the family and a big investment for someone who's 15 and struggling with adolescence in general to then come here by themselves in the U.S. And I think giving them a platform to tell their stories has just been really, really powerful. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so I appreciate Telluride TV and everything that you've done to host Algo Mas. And we typically feature folks from the Latino community who are either immigrants themselves or children of immigrants who now work professionally here in Telluride doing similar kind of work. So we've been able to interview, for example, Gloria Shavira at the library, who's a notary and can provide services for that population and connect them to resources, and other professionals that work with that community.
And is there anything on the horizon for Tri-County Health Network that we should be excited for?
Yeah, something I'm really excited about is an event that we have coming up this Monday where we're going to get folks from local government, town councils, county commissioners, leadership from nonprofits, and bring them together with a group called Somos Uno Telluride, which is We Are One Telluride. It's a grant-funded project that I'm executing on, through Tri-County to really empower local leaders from the immigrant community. So in the future, maybe they don't have to call me or call a Gloria or a Claudia or Ursula, any number of the folks who work with the immigrant community, that they themselves will have that information and know what to do. So let's say a new family moves to town, rather than calling a social service organization, they can knock on their neighbor's door and say, hey, I need to get my child enrolled in a healthcare plan, or I need to get them enrolled in an extracurricular program, and that information is already out there in the community. That's really our goal with Somos Uno. So we want to bring that group together with other leaders from the community and take steps towards equity.
Yeah, we're not alone. We're all in the same boat together.
Yeah, exactly.
So if people want to learn more about Tri-County Health Network or get in contact with you, how can they do that?
Well, they can always visit our website, tchnetwork.org. Obviously, they can make outreach to me directly. I tend to share my cell phone number far and wide. It's 970-708-0936. Folks can call me, anytime to learn more about what we're doing with the immigrant population, or just learn more about Tri-County, which really is an organization is dedicated to using technology in innovative ways to reduce barriers that people face when they're trying to access healthcare or other services that, allow them and their families to lead happy and healthy lives.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today and
Absolutely.
teaching us all about Tri-County.
Yeah.
It was great
wonderful.
having you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Telluride TV is a public access channel that depends on public support. We'd like to give a special shout out to our biggest supporters, the towns of Telluride and Mountain Village, the Telluride Foundation, and the Telluride Ski and Golf Company. Let's check out a segment of Algo Mas.
Bienvenidos, yo soy Claudia García y estamos aquí con Algo Más en Telluride TV. Estoy aquí con Gloria de la biblioteca. Hola Gloria, ¿cómo estás?
Hola Claudia, hola a todos.
Queremos hablar un poquito de los recursos que ustedes tienen en la biblioteca. ¿Nos puedes hablar un poquito de los recursos?
Sí, pues todo en la biblioteca es gratis. Necesitan una tarjeta o sacar una tarjeta, y solamente pedimos que traen identificación. Puede ser de su país, puede ser de los Estados Unidos, y también una comprobante de domicilio, y ya. Y allí podemos abrir una tarjeta y tienen acceso a todos los materiales que tenemos en la biblioteca, y eso varía. Tenemos mucho. Si han visitado, ya saben que tenemos bicicletas en el verano, tenemos zapatos para caminar
en la nieve.
Tenemos libros, DVDs de música en CD. ¿Qué más tenemos? Pueden sacar un Roku y conectarlo a su televisión para tener acceso a Netflix, o creo que también tenemos HBO, pero yo sé que sí tenemos Netflix y solamente necesitan Wi-Fi. Si no tienen Wi-Fi, también tenemos Wi-Fi que pueden, es como un, I don't know, the Wi-Fi connection.
Como un internet extender.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Básicamente lo pueden prestar de la biblioteca y se lo llevan a la casa, y allí van a tener Wi-Fi. Eso se presta por una semana.
Una semana.
Ajá. Y ¿qué más tenemos? Hay
¿Y los
instrumentos
programas?
De música. Varios programas. Tenemos programas de ejercicio. También cooking classes.
Clases de cocinar.
Gracias. Y a ver, ¿qué más? Programas para los niños durante la semana. Tenemos muchos programas para los niños cuando salen de la escuela. Sí, todo. necesitan que visitar. Y
Perfecto.
tenemos un calendario allí cuando llegan, allí en el mostrador donde nos sentamos. Ahí hay un calendario que se pueden llevar a la casa y tienen todos los tiempos o los horarios de las clases y todo.
Y si tienen preguntas de si no saben si tienen esos recursos, no hay problemas. Puedes ir a la biblioteca con Gloria y puedes preguntar y ella te puede ayudar si se pueden ayudar o no.
Sí.
Bueno, antes de terminar, Gloria, ¿tienes otro que decir?
Sí, me olvidé de decir que tenemos una colección en español para todos. Tenemos colección de niños y también de adultos. Y también una colección si quieren mejorar su inglés, su habla inglés. También tenemos eso para ustedes.
Okay. Gracias, Gloria.
Sí.
Era un placer.
De nada, gracias a ti.
Gracias por ver Algo Más en Tiari TV.
Thanks a lot there, Wilkinson Public Library. I know my young son loves it, loves the kids section. It's a great resource here in our community. And speaking of a resource here in our community, we have Koral Delatierra of Niceness, our own local reggae band.
Thanks, Colin, for having us.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
So you guys, well, before we get into the whole how you guys got together, how they found you, right? Because they were doing something different beforehand, right? And then you guys got together. I want to know about you, how you came here, and what your story, what your Telluride story is.
Yeah, so I was blessed to kind of grow up here. My folks came here in '87 and built a home here in '91.
Amazing.
And I always considered these mountains my home. And I went off and to school and traveled throughout Latin America, came back, was in California for a couple years, and got an opportunity to manage the farm and intern program at Shining Mountain Herbs in Ridgeway.
Oh, cool.
So in 2010, I moved back to Ridgeway to farm here in the mountains, and then a year later moved up onto the mesa and that next year was when Niceness all kind of came to, and that was good reason to stick around.
And how did so that's great. So growing up here, so did you grow up here in the 80s and 90s? Like or were they built in 91? So a little bit of a different place.
Yeah.
Radically, I would say. Do you still feel some of that spirit in Telluride?
I do. Luckily, you know, town can't grow too much, and 5 minutes any direction, you're in the woods, and
and you're up on the mesa, so you're like technically in the woods still.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then tell me, how is it that you emerged out of the woods and that and formed Niceness, or how did that all come about?
Yeah, I mean, thanks be to Facebook. It's kind of funny, but just hanging out at Tompton Farm a bit, and an old friend who used to volunteer there. We used to play music all the time in the greenhouse, and he posted a video once of us online, and or of a freestyle that I did with him, and Tom Mann heard it and wrote me and said, "Hey, do you like reggae?" And that was the beginning.
And you were like, I hate reggae. No, you obviously like reggae. But that's great. You were internet famous, and they sought you out.
I mean, not really. I was totally embarrassed when my friend posted it, and when they approached me, to be honest, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do this. And
have you ever performed before? Had you performed before?
Not really.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Because your band is really good.
The
band is really good.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing, and nothing, you know, no better confidence booster than to be up there with such talented musicians. So.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know out there, this girl wails. You're really good. You're really good. So, so tell me now. You guys, we had Catherine Warren at the top of the show. She does a segment called the Warren Commission. She talks about upcoming things, and there's something upcoming for you guys on Friday, March 16th, which is a concert at the Opera House, which will most likely sell out. She said, because your album release party, which was that last year?
It was. Last
Sold
January.
Out.
Yeah. It was,
they turned away 75 people at the door.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. You're so excited about it.
Oh, it was like a dream. So,
yeah,
we're really excited to be there this Friday, and we've got our friends Melanie Kent and Helen and Bridget and Dandelion, and all-girl local group.
Cool.
Blues, rock, country, reggae, fusion. They got originals and covers, and they're going to be opening the night. And
what does the band do? Is it sort of a mix of covers and originals, or is it like, I mean,
Niceness? Nowadays we're mostly originals, which is really fun, and I love soul, and so we do a lot of soul Motown covers.
Nice.
Stevie Wonder, Etta
Amazing.
James, Nina Simone. So that's kind of our unique twist. Those are more of our covers, not too many reggae covers.
Yeah.
And a lot of original music.
How does it, when you are a musician by trade or anything like that, or I mean in the sense of like, have you done this kind of work before? Have you been with bands or anything like that? Like, how do you guys work together in terms of rehearsal?
Well, this is my first band. All these guys have been in bands on and off together since the early 80s. I mean, back in the early 90s, I used to sneak in to see some of them play.
Oh my God. Oh.
So it's like, yeah, pretty wild.
Like excited to have you, but also a constant reminder that they're older.
Yeah.
So you guys get together and rehearse a bunch and those kind of things?
Yeah, at least once a week. Cool. And usually run set lists and then bring new music to the table. Basie and I get together a lot, the keyboard player, and scheme on new ideas and then bring it to the band. And
nice. And you write as well?
I do, yeah. Almost all the lyrics I've written.
Amazing.
And, a few of the tunes brought together. And it's been a big learning curve, just not having the technical musical background, but just feeling so blessed for their graciousness and support of being patient with me, expressing ideas and working with me to bring them to fruition, which is really awesome.
You're a very gentle, soft-spoken person, I must say. And that might be coming through the camera right now, but not so much on stage. I mean, gentle and lovely, but I mean, but powerful on stage. And if we wanted to see you, we would go this Friday to the Opera House, or March 16th, Friday, March 16th, to the Opera House. You should get your tickets because it's probably going to sell out. Is there anything that we're going to see that's new, or some new stuff that you guys are working on, or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got a few new tunes, some new Spanish tunes.
Great.
And some funky new tunes, and just want to take the opportunity to come together and just celebrate life and give thanks. And it's been a rough year for a lot of people in the community. And
that's right.
A lot of, so it's an opportunity to come together in the spirit of oneness and celebrate each other and remember what we're grateful for.
That's a lovely thing to go on. Koral, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
And stick around to the end of the show because we're going to see a little video of a former song that you guys did with Niceness there. All right, let's head over to our Retro Ride flashback for the week. Let's check out a performance from 2007's KOTO Lipsync.
We're just two little girls from Little Rock. We lived on the wrong side of the tracks, but the gentlemen friends who used to call, they never did seem to mind at all. They came to the wrong side of the tracks. Then someone broke my heart in Little Rock, so I up and left the pieces there. Like a little lost lamb I roamed about. I came to New York and I found out that men are the same way everywhere. I was young and determined to be wined and dined and ermine, and I worked at it all around the clock. Now one of these days in my fancy clothes, I'm going back home and punch the nose of the one who broke my heart, the one who broke my heart, the one who broke my heart in Little Rock, Little Rock, Little Rock, Little Rock. I'm just a little girl from Little Rock. A horse used to be my closest pal, though I never did learn to read or write. I learned about love in the pale moonlight, and now I'm an educated gal. I learned an awful lot in Little Rock, and here's some advice I'd like to share. Find a gentleman who is shy or bold, or short or tall, or young or old. As long as the guy's a millionaire. For a kid from the small street, I did very well on Wall Street, though I never owned a share of stock. And now that I'm known in the biggest banks, I'm going back home and give my thanks to the one who broke my heart, the one who broke my heart, the one who broke my heart. In Little Rock.
Well, that was a cool little look back there at one of the KOTO lip syncs. That's Luci, Reeve there, and Tiari, Flora, doing a little piece from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Yeah, one of my favorite classics with Marilyn Monroe.
There you go. Telluride TV has 30 years of archival video records, everything from old events like 4th of July parades, KOTO lip syncs, tab fashion shows, festival interviews, and children's theater.
And if you have your own Retro Ride videos, be sure to send them to us at tim@telluridetv.org or just tag us at Telluride TV.
Now let's head up to the Telluride Historical Museum for a new segment called the Miner's Minute.
And be sure to stay tuned because directly following that, we have Barbara Yoga.
Hey, this is Teresa at the Telluride Historical Museum with your Miner's Minute. You're running out of time to come explore our annual Valley Floor exhibit. The Valley Floor, Changing Identities of a Telluride Treasure, will close on April 8th with the museum for off-season, to be replaced by an exhibit on snow sports which opens in June. So let's meet a few of our Valley Floor friends before they say goodbye. Studying skulls and animal remains like these helps us learn about and protect our local wildlife. Did you know that sunlight controls how fast and large elk antlers grow? The more sunlight an elk is exposed to, the larger and faster their antlers grow. They can grow up to 1 inch per day in the summer. And did you know that a coyote's skull tells us a lot about what they eat and how they eat it? Forward-facing eyes give them greater depth perception and binocular vision, and pointed canines help them grab and puncture their prey, while sharp premolars and molars cut and crush bone. So be sure to come explore the amazing animals of our valley floor before April 8th. We're open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 11 to 5 p.m. And remember, Thursdays are always free for locals. Thanks, Telluride TV.
Hello and welcome to this mini yoga series in beautiful Telluride, Colorado. My name is Barbara Glansnick and today we'll be looking at Surya Namaskara B or Sun Salutation B. This mini series is designed to provide you with some easy stretches that you can do throughout the day, especially when you don't have a lot of time. As always, I want you to focus on the breath, so we're only going to inhale and exhale through the nose. Also, I want you to honor and listen to your body. Just really see where you are today. All right, let's get cracking. So come to the front of the mat and to Samastitihi. Big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Stand tall with strong legs, lifting through the crown of the head while grounding through your soles of the feet. Do a tiny little shoulder roll, take a breath or two. And then on your next inhale, bend your knees and reach your arms up simultaneously. Exhale, fold forward, place your hands on either side of your feet, tuck your head. Inhale, come to lengthen, look up. Exhale, do one big jump into high plank, bend the elbows, hover. Inhale, roll over your toes into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. At the end of the exhale, you're going to turn the left heel towards the midline, step the right foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn the right heel, step the left foot forward. Inhale, up into warrior. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Inhale, roll over your toes, up dog. Exhale, raise your seat, down dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At the end of the exhale, bend the knees, look forward with an inhale. Jump towards your hands, straighten the spine, look up, exhale, bow. Then bend your knees, sit down deeply, reach your arms up, inhale, exhale, back to zero position, Samastitihi. You can repeat Surya Namaskara B 5 times, and it's best practice after Surya Namaskara A. Thank you so very much for practicing and tuning in. Namaste.
Thanks, Barbara. I love the yoga flow.
Well, Almost Live is almost over.
And if you missed any of the show, never fear, because Almost Live airs morning, noon, and night on Channel 12. Or you can catch us on Facebook or YouTube.
So long, and see you next week for a brand new Almost Live. And don't forget to stick around so that you can see that video from Niceness.
Great music video called Sunshine. Have a great day.
Later.
See you later.
sunshine, my morning rays. You are what brightens all my days. And if I look for you inside myself, I'll find the true meaning of my highest wealth. I take good care of my body, I believe in my dreams. Nurture the seeds I sow them consciously. I walk upon the earth with my bare feet. Sitting still in nature, I observe quietly. The in-breath, the out-breath, the song in the breeze, the fluid dance of the limbs on the trees. If I pay attention to what goes on within me, I realize all I've sought outside has been with me constantly. I cultivate my roots and I grow freely. Oh, and I will shine so brightly, waking up to the divine light that lives inside of me. Sunshine, my morning rays. You are what brightens all my days. And if I look for you inside myself, I'll find the true meaning of my highest wealth. I am a farmer of the heart with ease and flowing grace I play. Rising to the sun, meditation starts my day. Blessed hummingbird, come and sing to me. Remind me of your ancient song that plays always. The stillness, your presence eternally in me. I listen to the wisdom in my own heartbeat. With every step I take, I give thanks for the blessing of waking to the fact that inspiration lives within me. Oh, I cultivate my roots and I grow freely. Oh, and I will shine so brightly, waking up to the divine light that lives inside of me. You are my sunshine, my morning rays. You are what brightens all my days. And if I look for you inside myself, I'll find the true meaning of my highest wealth.